It's jail here. There's my aunt. We're on the Queen Mary in Cali. And there's tons of other people. And we're going to go on a ghost trip.
A ghost tour.
Ghost tour. And there's my grandma. And we're going on a ghost tour.
Yeah, let's take a photo.
And then there's us taking a photo.
Come on.
And then we're just going to do that stuff. And I don't know when we're going to leave. And then my grandma took another picture. And now we're walking. And then we're in there's a dance floor, I guess. And
This is all let's put it here.
So this wasn't the original.
No, the woodworking is, but the light
Hello.
fixtures and the carpeting is.
okay, I'm on run. Yep, up. Okay, so we're gonna go on a tour. They're gonna tell ghost stories, and it's gonna be there's gonna be it's gonna be dark rooms, and there's gonna be light rooms.
Roll down.
And then there's a dance floor right here. Oh, what's that look like?
Go on.
Excuse me. And then there's people, and there's tons more people. I don't know. Grandma again.
Are you just
Yeah,
recording?
folks, just
Yeah.
hang out here in front of the ice machine for a moment.
And then we're gonna go. Now we're going.
This is a cool picture.
Ice cream. Wow. So weird. Okay, guys, there's the floor down there. And there's my aunt, and there's tons of people. And we're in Cali. Here in Cali. Here in Cali. Cali. Ow. Hello. Hello.
That was weird.
Yeah. Her phone freaked out. It's so nice. It's so weird. And then there's the dude that's giving us the tour. The dude that's giving us the tour. Scared. And then we're going downstairs and stuff. And we're just walking, and I don't know where the scary rooms are. There's a room. We're not going in it though. There's a
Not original. Because these are something like that.
restrooms. I'm not talking.
Other than looking like a scene out of The Shining, this has nothing to do with ghosts. A deck is the longest deck on board the Queen Mary. Including
what?
the outer portions, it runs the entire length of the ship, 1,019 and a half feet long. Just going from this wall to the end of the Queen Mary is the length of the Titanic.
That's long.
Yes, the Titanic was the largest ship in her day, but you have to remember that the Queen Mary was built almost 20 years after the Titanic. And of course, they keep making ships bigger and bigger. Now, you may have noticed you can't see the end of the hull, and we're almost walking uphill. That's on purpose. The Queen Mary was built what is called sheer to deck. That means that when they were constructing the ship, they bent all of the decks to match the bend of the hull to increase the strength and the flexibility of the frame. So as
Yeah.
the Queen Mary is crashing into the giant waves of the Atlantic Ocean, the shock would travel through her frame and she would bend and flex accordingly, unlike the Titanic, which just snapped in half.
Unlike the Titanic, that is snapped in half. Oh my god. There you are. Okay. And then here's Pikachu.
Yep.
I don't know where we're going. Where are we supposed to go? Here's the old dude. Where did Grandma go? Where did Grandma go? Bathroom. Hey. It's been like 6 minutes. It's been so annoying. There's some stairs.
Main deck above us,
Two.
A deck, which we're standing on, and B deck below us are all of
A
the
deck.
active hotel rooms. The Queen Mary has over 300 active rooms. If you ever stay on board the Queen Mary, or any place that's been reported as haunted, you run the risk of having your own haunted encounter. And that is exactly what happened here on A deck to a pilot back in 1993. He was staying on board during a brief layover, had dinner in one of the restaurants, and decided to turn in early because he had an early flight. Gets all snuggled down into his bed when he hears a crash in the bathroom. He decides he's too tired to deal with that right now, we'll check it out in the morning, and turns over to go to sleep. But as soon as he turned over, he said that he saw a man in a 1930s style suit sitting at the desk going over some papers. The two of them catch eyes, and the man in the suit disappeared. So the pilot's natural reaction was to pull the covers over his head and go to sleep. He didn't get any sleep because he said every time he closed his eyes, he could feel a presence getting closer and closer to him. So eventually, he started to see light coming through his sheet. Peeks out and discovers the light is the sun. He's been up all night, it's morning. Gets out of his bed to go investigate what the crash had been in the bathroom and discovers that the ghost had dumped the contents of his toiletry bag into the sink.
Oh wow.
Watch yourself.
That's bad.
Sorry. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. We're walking downstairs.
Walking downstairs.
Walking downstairs. Walking downstairs.
Third class nursery.
Walking downstairs. Walking down the stairs.
Enjoy it.
Walking downstairs. Walking downstairs. We're now walking downstairs. There's another set of staircase. I don't.
Just one more quick stop to point out third class nursery. That is its original location.
Yeah.
Third class is primarily the bow, the forward end of the ship, because this would have been the roughest ride. The
Okay,
smooth
so
ride would be in the middle of
I guess we're going over here.
first class. Second
Going
class
over
is
here.
located all the way at the back. It's turned the ship.
Yep.
It was a smoother ride than third class.
Hold on. Oh crap. Yep.
By the third class nursery late at night.
Up.
Children in there laughing and playing. Today it's a storage closet. There's nothing in there but shelves and boxes. And no, we are not storing toys.
My grandma keeps taking pictures of me when I'm taking a video. Just so you guys know, I'm taking a video on my phone. Oh crap. Auntie?
Come on, girl.
Can you put this in your purse?
Yippee! I love this, don't you?
Yeah.
I just knew it was here.
I'm standing in the
Oh,
corner.
you have to take a selfie. Just kidding.
Ah. Ow, fudge. Stay thinking.
These doors.
All the way in.
Ew, your stuff. That's so nasty.
All the way in, bud.
Okay.
There you go.
you ever watched any of the ghost hunter type shows that have featured the Queen Mary, then you may have already heard about Room
Ew.
8340, which is supposed to be the most. Yeah. Here it is in all of wonder. The Queen Mary had some major renovations to become a hotel. The biggest change was expanding all the third-class staterooms, because this would have been a third-class stateroom. That would have been a third-class stateroom. And that would have been a third-class stateroom. These were walls, and that stateroom got transformed into the bathroom. Third-class staterooms didn't have their own bathrooms. They had a sink, but the communal bathrooms were 2 decks below us.
Oh my
The
god.
first ghost story about B340 came from the 1950s. A passenger woke up in the middle of the night and claimed that she felt the sheets being pulled off her. At first, she thought the sheets had fallen off, so she pulled them back up. And they got pulled back down. Pull them back up, they get pulled back down. There's 4 or 5 times of this before she remembers that she's in the room by herself. Looks up and sees the silhouette of a man standing at the foot of the bed. Indeed. She screamed and rang for the steward, and the man disappeared. But her scream got the full attention of the steward, who sprinted up the hall into her room. When she calmed down enough to explain what had happened, the steward explained that when he passed the room, he didn't see anybody go in, and he didn't pass anybody in the hall on his way back. So you jump forward to the 1980s when this whole space was a hotel room. There was a housekeeper who would come in to change the linens,
It's
went
so
out to grab
nasty.
some towels from the bathroom. When she came back, she found the sheets on the bed that she had just made in a pile in the middle of the floor. None of this ghost issue was with sheets, but that seems to be his thing. This is all attributed to a death reported in 1948. The staff captain came into the room, discovered that the passenger passed away in his sleep. The cause of death unknown. Whoever this gentleman was,
I can't
he used the
talk
ghost
much in
to
this
haunt the
video,
space. As the room is
because
discontinued
I don't
altogether,
know, I just
because
can't.
of the constant complaints of hotel guests waking up to see the lights in the bathroom turning on and off by themselves, or they leave the room, come back, and the water would be running, or they sort of knock at the door, open it, and of course, there's nobody there. So finally, the hotel set them up, and they shut it down. There was talk for many years of restoring the room and renting it out as a haunted room. But somebody who makes a lot more money than I do thought it was a better investment.
And we're going to the beach after this.
That we're standing in now. We go look around and take some pictures. Go ahead.
We're going to the
And when you've
beach
had
after
enough
this,
of
huh,
room,
Auntie?
just regroup out in the hall.
Grandma, we're going to the beach after this,
Look at
huh?
this, look at here. Kind of cool. Here, let me put my light on.
Ew, that's
What
so
was that?
nasty.
I don't know what that was.
Auntie, we're going to the beach after this, huh?
I heard that camera.
You're scared, huh?
That was really weird. My camera's been acting weird too.
We're going to the beach after this, huh? Yeah, we're going to the beach. The beach.
I thought it was like, that's weird.
The boot. The boot. Nasty. Window. It's not even like a window. It's like, I can't put my hand in there. Now I'm all itchy. And that one out. And that one, sorry. That one's actually open. Right after the tour, we're leaving.
We're gonna go to lunch and then we'll go to the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah.
It's a little warm.
Let's get a little bit warm.
Ooh, and it's left.
To be continued. I'm just kidding.